Hi everyone, it's Mr. Wyman and welcome to Willow Lane Elementary Chess Club. I'm going to run through just a few basics to chess to start our year off and intro how the game flows and how we're going to use Chess Club this year. The object of the game is what? It is to win, right? And how do we win? Well, checkmate is one way of winning. Here's a little video that I made with Scarlett several years ago.
Yeah. I pushed the button. I did push the button.
We have to say action.
Action.
I can't go here because of the bishop. I can't go here because of this bishop. I can't go here because of the rook. I can't go here because of the rook. Can't go here because of the rook. Can't capture this pawn because of that bishop. Can't go here because of the rook. I am trapped. It's checkmate.
You are a weirdo, Dad.
Scarlett loves all my sound effects. Basically, what you saw there, though.
Weirdo.
You're a weirdo.
Oh, you are, and I cannot take you out.
What you saw there was the king being attacked and not having anywhere to go and not having anything to get out of being attacked. That means mate, checkmate. All right. If the king is being attacked, then it's check. When the king can't get out of that check, it's checkmate. Now, there's another way of winning a chess match as well, and that's when you run out of time, when your opponent runs out of time. If the person you're playing runs out of time when you're using a chess clock, then what you want to do is click on this number here to adjust the time, because 20 minutes is a long time to be playing. You can use 20 minutes at home, but I recommend making it 5 minutes per person. And once you're done setting the time, then you click the start button and that will start White's time. Okay, if you're using your iPad, put it to the side there next to the game. And when you're using a chess clock, you don't have to do it this way, but technically what you're supposed to do is use the same hand to move your piece that you then, after moving your piece, you then click the switch button here and it'll change the time to your opponent. All right. So use the same hand to move pieces as switching the chess clock. And don't have a friend do the chess clock for you. You do the chess clock. All right. Whoever runs out of time first loses. So try to keep as much time as you can on your clock, but also make sure you're making good decisions when you're playing your match so that you don't get put into checkmate. Right. All right. Now I want to talk about the parts of the game. The first part of the game is called the opening. The beginning of the game is called the opening. And this is when you are developing your pieces. Here's Magnus Carlsen playing a match that won him the world championship of Blitz chess in 2019. And you can see, this was supposed to start earlier. Here they are adjusting their pieces. But I want you to see how quickly they're moving their pieces and they're just getting them set up at the beginning of the game here. They're getting warmed up. They're getting all set. They haven't started the timer yet.
This is the last round of the King Salman World Rapid Chess Championship. I would like to wish to all of you good luck to your games. Please start your clocks.
You always shake hands when you begin your match. And then watch them tap the clock as they make their moves. Here they are simply moving their pieces. There aren't any captures yet. That is the opening. As soon as pieces are starting to be captured, you move from the opening to the middle game. And here we just had a capture, a pawn capture. So now they're going to take a little more time to think about their moves. The middle game is when you begin exchanging pieces. You and your opponent are capturing each other's pieces. You're making moves. You're trying to control the center of the board and you're trying to get into a position of power where you're in charge of important squares. Even if you don't have pieces on them, you have pieces that are attacking them, right? You're eventually working toward getting to that point of checkmate. And then we come to the end. The end game is, if you make it to the end game, congratulations. This is when there's only a very few pieces remaining on the board. If you and your opponent are pretty equal players, you will work until most of the pieces have been captured, and you may only have a king and a couple of pawns left. And then it boils down to who's going to survive and get a pawn all the way across the board to get promoted to a queen. Oftentimes that's the end of the game, because once a pawn becomes a queen, you could just go through the board and clear out everybody. And then it becomes checkmate between king and queen. You just have to protect that queen from getting captured, and it's mate. So those are the parts of the game. You've got the beginning, or the opening, where you're just moving your pieces and positioning your game, getting ready to capture pieces. You've got the middle game, where you're actually exchanging pieces. You're making good choices. You don't want to give up a powerful piece for an unimportant piece. And then if you can last long enough, you've got the end game, where you're moving towards checkmate. Good luck, everyone.